Hello, hello. I like to make sure everything looks good before I actually start because sometimes screen labs. Oh, wait. God, cables everywhere. Not good. Hot chocolate everywhere. Can't spill. All right, let's move these cables real quick. Oh, I did not think of this at all. I'm an idiot sometimes. Oh, God, don't spill. Don't spill. Anyway, while I'm doing this, how's everyone doing? Oh, God, do not spill for the love of baby Jesus. All right, so what I am. Okay, I suck at life. I. Where's this wire coming from? It's literally connected to the. Oh, I see what's happening. Oh, well, this is good enough. Anyway, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Blue Futon. Sometimes I like doing these live chats just because it's more fun talking about Oscars and BAFTAs and things like that. And after this, I happen to listen to some commentary, and I am curious what actual real people think, like you guys, of what the BAFTAs really mean to people. To me, I don't know if it actually means a lot of things that are actually happening in the world today. So we're going to go through my Gold Derby and what I think each category is, what it means for the Oscars coming up. And to be honest, I don't think it means a lot. As you can see on the screen, the two main ones, Rising Star and Best British Film, those two are straight up a British thing. So David Johnson, apparently that is for the British citizens to decide. I don't know why I chose Mikey Madison. She's not British, so that's a lose-lose for me for choosing that. But I have no idea what movie he's in, so we'll just leave it there. Best British Film, I did choose Conclave. I think that's the most common sense one. And with that, and what it did win today, I do think that it might be number 2 for the Oscars. So there is that. So let's continue on to what I think is going to happen, or what did occur, and what I think is going to come up as well. All right, so for Best Foreign Film, it is Emilia Perez still. People really thought that Emilia Perez controversy would really hinder the performance of that movie. I completely disagree, and the reason I say that is Emilia Perez is a French film. They like to think they're auteurs, so at a point, they weren't going to go with a Brazilian film. I hate to say it, they weren't going to. But I still put that number 2, the Kneecap, and All We Manage to Light to See with Sacred Fig. And people were saying, about the controversy. Well, I think it was in the midst of the voting for the BAFTA, so it was could it really made a difference? But I still don't think so, because are they really going to make one person's tweets or X, that and the director make a bad thing? What's up, David? I see you in the chat down there, but I do not see you happening in the chat in the actual video. So I do need to figure out why that doesn't show up. I could go to open source properties and see. It's supposed to show up, but I don't know where on the screen. Let's see. Anyway, wow, first stream in new house. Absolutely, as you can tell from behind, it used to be 2 shelves with, the window. Now I can fit 3 shelves here. There's 2 shelves over there. Actually, let's take the camera off. I can show you guys right now, actually. So okay, yep, camera coming off. So as you can tell, that's the door to lead in. So that is the numbers going there. Of course, the pops. Then we have other ones going this way. And then, the 3 shelves right there. And then we have one more shelf right there. And I'm supposed to get one more shelf right there. And then one more shelf behind where you can see all the boxes that still have S's through Z's over there. So that is how the new house is going. So let me put this back. There's my little tour of the new room. So we'll see how long this actually hits. But yeah, like I said, when I get the new shelves, it'll be pretty nice. Anyway, so that is the little house tour. All right, so best doc. Everyone thought it was going to be No Other Land. Superman, the Christopher Lee story 1. That is kind of a shock. I know, damn right. I have way too much shit. So with this one, I think we don't have to think anything of it just because Superman wasn't nominated for an Oscar. So I think this is more of a BAFTA thing. Best Children and Family Film. I went with Wild Robot with this one just because I thought maybe they would do a onesie. I need a window. Actually, I do have a window on the left-hand side where there's only one shelf. But it might be covered up when I get this. I don't know. We'll see. Also, I did open the window once, and you could totally see what's up here. And I don't know if I want people to see it. That's also another thing. So best children's family film, I went with Wild Robot thinking they were going to split it up, and that didn't happen, but I did get at least one of them right, because Best Animated Feature, I did choose Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, because that is a British film. Pretty damn simple. For these next two, I kind of winged it just for the hell of it. Best Casting, I went with a complete unknown, just thinking that, Timothée Chalamet, you have Marnica, you have Edward Norton, you have a lot of other people in that movie. Yes, you have a good cast in Anora, but Anora is a lot more unknown people, and so that's why I went that route. But you know what? It's a loss. It is what it is. Best Visual Effects, I did think that maybe they would choose Better Man because Robbie Williams was such a huge, or is a huge voice in the UK community, that they might do a onesie twosies for that. When they had that best cast, I think the British have had best casting for quite some time, but I don't know exactly what that actually means. It's not like best casting versus best film. You know what I mean? It's like, what is the actual? Oh, I'm trying to do the live chat now coming up. Oh, wait a minute. So I could create a channel to join chat. So let me put that over here actually. So maybe I could actually post now. Create a channel. I don't want to create a channel. Anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, visual effects. It is going to be Dune Part 2. I was just having fun with that one. It is what it is. Alright, I don't think that's going to affect the Oscars. Best casting, I still think Anime Feature is going to go to Wild Robot. For Flow to win at the Oscars, I did think it would have to win here. It didn't, so I think it's going to be Wild Robot. Visual Effects is going to be Dune Part 2, even though my bias says it should go to Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I do think Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes has better CGI. That scene with the orangutan in the water with the girl, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I don't think special effects get better than that. All right, these are pretty simple. Best sound, Dune. Best score, Brutalist. Best production design, Wicked. So I am putting money on an app of what I think is going to win at the Oscars. And I just put $20-something down for Wicked to win 2 Oscars. Best production design and costumes, I think Wicked's going to win those 2. They think Brutalist is going to win the most amount of Oscars, but we'll discuss that of why I think that might not be the case. But I do think best score will go to Brutalist just because, if Conclave had a chance, it would have been here at the BAFTAs. Pretty simple. Like I said, best hair and makeup. So this is where I want to discuss best actress as well, with Substance winning best hair and makeup. So just hold that tongue, that we might talk about that more. Film editing, I kind of went with Kneecap because it was more bombastic, and of course, put all your money on Amelia Perez. For what category? I am probably going to take off I'm Still Here for foreign film for my predictions, just because I feel like it's not the way. And the best money odds to at least get at least 50% or 100%, like 25 to put 25 in, is put Conclave, because that's at 50%, or something else that is closer to that. So there's that. Best costume design, like I said, Wicked, and I do think Wicked will win 2 Oscars, costumes and production design. Pretty simple. So best cinematography, again, I would kind of want Nosferatu to win, and I was thinking, maybe Nosferatu will win because it is kind of a European film. You're talking about all that levels that they might give it that route, but no, they decided to give it a Brutalist anyway. Which, you can't deny the Brutalist has some great cinematography, so there's that as well. Adapted screenplay, I think this one's now officially in the bag. I'm not putting Amelia Perez for this one, I can promise you that, or for cinematography. But adapted screenplay, Conclave, I think that's a win. Best original now. Now, this one is very, 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 very fascinating. Apparently, Anora won the Writers Guild. Substance won Critics' Choice, even though I don't think Critics' Choice is all that, hurrah, to say, oh my gosh, something wants Critics' Choice, to automatic win for the Oscar. A Real Pain winning here, though, is very fascinating, in my opinion, because BAFTA's pretty big for it. Of course, BAFTA does these onesie-twosies at random, kind of out of nowhere, and A Real Pain could be one of them. However, will Kieran Culkin be the only one to win the Oscar for A Real Pain? Or will they want to give A Real Pain an Oscar for Jesse Eisenberg as well? And then that goes back to Anora, is will they really give Sean Baker editing, screenplay, directing, and picture. Will Sean Baker really get 4 Oscars in one night? That's where it's like, there's got to be some craziest shit happening, and I really want to know, like, who, like, the voting body, right, of, like, the Real Pain, Real Pain actually won, but what was the actual percentage? Like, was it like, did it win by 3 votes? Did it win by 100 votes? I wish we could get that data, and that would help going on forward, because that's where the Mikey Madison, Demi Moore conversation is going, because people are saying, because Mikey Madison won here, she's automatically going to win the Oscar now. Like, what if Mikey Madison only won by, like, 3 votes? You know what I mean? So, it's one of those things where it's like, I think we got to take some of it with a grain of salt of what is actually occurring. Like I said, the best original screenplay, though, I do think if I have to choose, is Anora, A Real Pain, and Substance. But then again, will they really give Sean Baker 3 or 4 freaking Oscars for editing, screenplay, directing, and picture? I don't think he's going to win it for editing anymore. I think that's going to go to Conclave. So 3 Oscars. Will he pull Parasite of Bong Joon-ho? I don't think so. So I might actually put A Real Pain at number 1 now. I might have to do that. All right, so here are the big categories, actually. Well, okay, one of them. Well, all of these are pretty simple now. I think these are all a lock. Kind of like I said, Kieran Culkin, really, he's done. He's winning. So is Sedania Dunn. These supporting actress and actor categories are pretty freaking in the bag. And then again, I don't know what else to say about that. Because like I said, will A Real Pain really be the only Oscar, a real Best Supporting Actor? It can't win Director, can't win Picture. The same thing with Emilia Perez, right? We know for a fact it's for sure winning a song, and we know for a fact it's going to win Best Supporting Actress. So the question is, will the Academy give Emilia Perez International, or will it go to I'm Still Here? Like I said, I really wish I knew what the voting bodies were of, like, who's from what country or from where. Like, did the Emilia Perez controversy really affect the voting body, or are they just going to say, you know what, Gascon, he is gone, Dunskies, whatever, but we're not going to take that away from the picture? I mean, Roman Polanski won, and, all the controversy with him. So I don't know. Edward Norton, yes. So that, yeah, for a complete unknown. He played a more of a subdued performance in that movie. Let me try to actually move this up so you actually see who the categories are. My bad. There you go. Oh yeah, Clarence Macklin. So you guys didn't see that as well. He didn't get nominated for an Oscar, so it's basically not in there. Actually, it's kind of funny. So everyone in the 6th spot for all 3 of these categories, well, except for Best Supporting Actress for Jamie Lee Curtis, got Oscar nominations. So like I said, Kieran Culkin, will he really be the only one? Like, my gut now is telling me A Real Pain actually might win screenplay. Best Actor, I really thought Ralph Fiennes was going to win this one. That's why I put 500 points, and I actually had money. I put $20 on Ray Fiennes. Actually, I put $20 on anyone but Andre Brody to win, because I thought maybe they would go Timothy or Ralph Fiennes, just because Ralph Fiennes is a British person. I was wrong. I lost $20. Shit happens, right? All right, so these are the main 3 ones I kind of want to talk about with what it means for the Oscars. Of course, this is my personal opinion. You can watch Oscar Bros, you can watch Austin Burke, you can watch a bunch of other people on there, and they're all going to have different opinions. I think that's what's great about it. I've been hearing now since Mikey Madison won this, they're saying it's over, she's going to win the Oscar, because, damn, Ariana versus Selena versus, yeah, I know, right? Usually you would see that in, like, the Grammys or something like that. But even for Grande, I think she has a better chance next year. I mean, I don't know what picture's going to come out next year, but they usually like giving it to part 2 movies. I mean, Best Actor Hugh British. I mean, he got it there for Hereditary, even though that was a fantastic performance, and people thought that might have gone to Daniel Craig, who's another British person, so it was like Brit versus Brit, right? Going back to Demi Moore, Mike Madison. So people are saying because Anora won PGA and DGA, it's going to win the Oscar. It's done. They're like, it's over, it's over, it's over. I don't know if I agree with that, just to an extent, but let's just circle back to Best Actress with that category. Mikey Madison. I mean, she does a good job in that movie, but to me, I hate to say it, anyone can get naked, and anyone could just scream like a New Yorker. I mean, I hate to say it, like, yes, it's good acting, but it's nothing that, like, gravitated me to saying, oh my god, that was amazing. I preferred Yorgos Borisov, him, because he was subdued. He had to do different layers. Mikey Madison, the only layers she really showed was at the very end of the film in the car, and then going to Vegas to annul the wedding. So to me, like I said, I'm not giving anything wrong with that, but when looking at Demi Moore and Mikey Madison, I really want to look at international voters. I would love to look at U.S. voters and British voters. Because to me, I think British voters are going to go more Madison. I think USA voters, North American voters, are going to go more Demi Moore. I think more international is going to go Torres. So that is where I'm intrigued of where people are going to put their votes. And then again, people saying because Mikey Madison won here, it's a lock. We don't know how much she won by. Was it 1 vote, 10 votes, 100 votes, 500 votes? We don't know that. It could have been the most grainiest of grainiest salts how she snuck in and won. So I am intrigued by that. Then like I said, I was going to bring back the makeup, the special effects. Demi Moore was in special effects at the very end of the movie. I think that's her. I could be wrong. Actually, let's just Google that. Was Demi Moore in the costume at the end of was Demi Moore in the costume at the end of The Substance? Yes, Demi Moore wore post-prosthetics and makeups to portray the aged version of her character, Elizabeth Sparkle, in the movie. Okay, so she did the makeups, majority of it, until glasses, heavy makeup, and prosthetics make her look older with minimal hair and saggy skin. So think about that, right? No one ever give to Denise much credit. That's funny you say that. I'll talk about that when I get to director. Because I think Josh Brolin is like, if he doesn't get nominated for an Oscar, like he's gonna retire from acting. So I think that's kind of funny. But okay, Brendan Fraser won for makeup because of The Whale. Yes, you could say Austin Butler was also number 2, makeup as well. You gotta look at like these makeup true story kind of things, and everyone is saying, just because of this, Demi Moore is out. If she wins SAG, I still think that Demi Moore has the Jamie Lee Curtis effect of people want to give her the Oscar. It's her time. Mikey Madison is still young. But then people will go back to like, oh, what about last year with Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone? And I'm like, well, I mean, to be honest, Killers of the Flower Moon was kind of a overrated film for a lot of people. And again, her performance was a lot more subdued than Emma Stone playing someone with like no freaking brain. So it's like that's comparing apples and oranges. Here, you can say it's the same thing, but it's not really, because none of these people really went like, really transformative except Demi Moore. Mikey Madison, like I said, she played naked and she yelled a lot. Demi Moore had a couple good scenes as well. So again, I'm still holding to Demi Moore. And according to the betting odds, though, after the BAFTA happens, she is at now 58% chance. So it looks like a lot more people now are putting Mikey Madison in. Now Mikey Madison's at a 37% chance of winning. Demi Moore's at a 58% chance. Again, that's something where it's like, do you take your chances and take it out? I don't know. I'm still going to keep it in. I mean, if I cashed out, I'd get $113. I put 75 in. So I would still win $50. But then do I really take that $50, or do I wait and see if she does win? Because if she does win, I win $195, and that's $120 instead of $50. So it's something I got to think about. All right, Best Director, Brady Corbin, The Brutalist. At the very beginning of the year, I was thinking Brutalist would win, Picture, Sean Baker, Director. Now I think it might be, I was thinking the same thing, but I don't know anymore. Again, I think it's going to be Brady Corbett or Sean Baker. I couldn't tell you what I think is going to win this one. I think it's a toss-up. Personally, people are saying the DGAs mean more. We'll see. I mean, like I said, you can look at the 2023 BAFTAs where nothing compare or matched, but then most of the BAFTAs do kind of match. So, like I said, up in the air. All right, Best Picture. Conclave. So I got that right. I do think that puts Conclave pretty much at a number 1 or 2 spot. I would not be surprised if Conclave comes out of nowhere and wins. I wouldn't be surprised if Anora or Brutalist wins. I think it's one of those 3. I just think it's weird for Anora to win Best Picture personally, just the whole like aesthetic of the movie. But I do think that it's Conclave, Brutalist, or Anora. In my personal opinion, I would go Anora, Brutalist, then Conclave. I think Conclave is kind of overrated. And then Brutalist, the scene in the 3rd act with Guy Pearce, I think is felt very, very forced. And I think a lot of stuff in that movie kind of like just fell apart in this after the intermission. But that's just my personal opinion. But again, Denis, you're right. Denis, he does not get a lot of credit for Dune, for Prisoners, for Arrival, even though he got some Oscar nominations here and there, but Sicario, for plenty other movies, Empty, if not mistaken, or Enemy, Enemy, he does a lot of damn good films. But again, I'm going back to now this betting app where I have Oscars for Wicked winning 2. I'm Still Here, that's a 38% chance. Can you get a Best Director nominee without Best Picture, vice versa? Yes. I want to say Argo won Best Picture, but wasn't even nominated for Director with Ben Affleck. Last year was Oppenheimer, so Christopher Nolan and Oppenheimer won. The year after that was Everything Everywhere All at Once, the director, and it won Best Picture. After that, Nomadland was the same way, director and picture. After that, it wasn't Green Book, it was something else. But usually it is that way. But when looking at the Oscars, which I'll do an Oscar video like either next weekend or like probably the 20th or March 1st, the day after or before the Oscars. It's rare, but it did happen. But I think the last time that did occur was during Argo. Like I said, that Argo won Best Picture, but director went to, I want to say, Ang Lee for The Life of Pi. God, if I said that correctly, I'm such a nerd. I need to get a freaking life. Life of Pi did win that year, but then when did Argo? Was Argo the same year? Yeah, I need to get a life. I was correct. So it was Argo and Life of Pi, I think, was the last one to actually do that. But I could be wrong about everything else. So yes, that is my, 22, 30-minute talk about this, of how does the BAFTAs really affect what the Oscars are going to do. I think yes and no, but like I said, overall, I think there are a couple categories, again, that I think that are completely done. I think Doc is going to go to No Other Land. I think foreign film is probably still going to go to Amelia Perez. I still think animated feature is going to go to Wild Robot. Visual effects, Dune. Sound, Dune. Score, Brutalist. Production design, Wicked. Costumes, Wicked. Film editing, Conclave. Hair and makeup, Substance. So again, I'm at Brutalist is only going to win 3 Oscars with cinematography and acting. Adapted screenplay, Conclave. So that puts Conclave at adapted screenplay and then film editing. So Conclave could get 2. Screenplay, like I said, to me is Anora or Real Pain. I think, like my gut is saying that Real Pain might squeeze that one out all of a sudden. Culkin, done. So Sedalia, done. Brody, done. Actress, I'm still, look at that accuracy. Complete garbage. I'm awful. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone loves to say it's going to be Mikey Masson now. I am curious. So here's the betting odds again. Let's just go to that because I have let's go 5 more minutes and then we'll cut the stream off. But we're going to Oscars. Let's see what the betting. I'll tell you all odds for the Oscars for this app. Let's see here. So Anora is at 70% for best picture. Best actress Demi Moore is at 58%. Carrie Culkin's at 86%. Andre Brody's at 75%. Best original screenplay Anora's at 62%. Oscar for director Sean Baker's at 49% now. Zoe Saldana is now at 84%. Production design Wicked at 74%. Costume design Wicked at 92%. Doc, No Other Land at 56%. Amelia Perez, Best International Feature at 57%. Doc Shorts, I don't really care about. Brutalist, 78% for cinematography. Editing, Conclave, 47%. And that's one thing I'm going to touch. Best Sound, 71% for Dune. Wild Robot, 65% for Animated Feature. How many Oscars will Amelia Perez win? 3, which that would be International, Zoe, and Song. Best Adapted Screenplay, Conclave at 87%. Original Score, Brutalist at 78%. Who will win the most Oscars? Brutalist is number 1 with, I think, 4. It's saying with 38%. Visual Effects, Dune Part 2, 94%. Makeup, Substance, 87%. And again, like I said, there's one for Wicked. There's one for Dune, saying they both will win 2 Oscars. Pretty damn simple. As well as Song, El Mal. So I do think I am going to put money towards Conclave to win editing. That just makes more sense. Now, at least if I put 25 in, I'll get more than 25 back. So I think that is it. Overall, yes, no, for the BAFTAs. I think the big one, people, like I said, are going to make a lot of changes for Demi Moore. Hold your horses. Hold your freaking horses. I'm going with the Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm going with the makeup. Yes, I mean, people are thinking since Anora, they think Anora's going to win, that's going to win an acting category. I'm trying to think of the last time that hasn't happened where the best picture winner didn't win a acting category. I think that's actually Spotlight, and I don't know when year that was. So it's possible. And I think people need to realize that. They think like, and that was in 2015, and that won best picture and screenplay. So then again, that could happen where no actor wins. And so I think people automatically think it must occur because, like I said, last year was Robert Downey and Cillian Murphy. The year after that was Jamie Lee Curtis, Keely Kwan, and Michelle Yeoh. The year after that was Frances McDormand. I'm pretty sure I said her name completely wrong. And who won the Oscars in 2021? Oscars, or was that Nomadland and I just screwed it up? Nomadland was Nomadland, so it might be 2020. Was 2020 Green Book? 2020 was Parasite. Did Parasite? Parasite didn't win any acting, did it? Parasite did not win because that was Joaquin Phoenix. That was Laura Dern. That was Brad Pitt and Renee Zellweger. So, like I said, it's possible not to win. That's what I'm trying to get at. More like 10 wins for Amelia Perez. So you're going for. So you think Amelia Perez will be song, editing, makeup, best score. You're cray in the membrane. Cray in the membrane. But I don't want to hold you guys up any longer. Thanks, David, for hopping on. I know we got like 5 or 7. That was the max. Thank you again. Like I said, I like doing these live actually because I'm lazy too and I don't have to edit it and I get things in real time. But Chase Lock here, Blue Futon, like, comment, subscribe. One of the things, Futontopia. You Blue Futon, thank you for watching. Agree down. Watch us take tomorrow. We can talk about the year for every single freaking one of you. And just stay